Oh, is this the spoiler part? It's okay. I've been on Twitter.
The time has finally come to unleash the forbidden spell of Zaharas upon our enemies!
It's okay. I've been on Twitter.
What were you thinking, charging right into an enemy's trap?
Oh wow, I like how they do
As
this.
one, I too am trapped within this void. In time, our hearts and minds will cease to be. Are you prepared to die? I thought as much. I also do not wish to die. And yet...
They probably ran this in actually three houses.
There is no other
this cinematic.
choice.
Because
you must join Smash.
Huh?
Join Smash Brothers already! What in the world are you waiting for?
What the fuck? Okay. What the hell was that?
Joining Smash consumes even the darkness itself.
I love Sothis. She's the best. I'm sorry, you guys are telling me this is not a sword weapon?
So you return, and sooner than expected.
Wait, did he get his ass beat?
Too many swordsmen are there?
Oh!
And you wield the sword as well? What will you do?
Oh wait, why is she female now?
Huh. So that is how you plan to win the day?
Become a female?
So be it. I reward your cleverness this time.
Wait a second, is Byleth both genders? Like, at all times?
How is this?
Okay, how could nobody like Sothis? She's awesome. Byleth recruits Byleth. What the fuck is this?
Of anyone, you should be able to handle the hero's relics.
Wait a second.
With Arid Fire, strike with superior reach.
Is female Byleth supposed to be different?
Use
Oh wait, no, that was male Byleth.
overwhelming power. Unleash the blinding speed of Failnaught.
Oh, is it gonna be like a
Along with the
Pokemon
sword of the
system?
Creator, each weapon matches a direction.
Oh. But he's still primary sword then.
Your will and mine be now as one. To you, both sides of time are revealed.
Wow.
Through Smash, show the world.
I like how Sothis is just calling all the shots here. I love Sothis. I love Sothis. She's when I had any uncertainty about FE3 houses, as soon as I saw Sothis, it was over. I was just like, I'm in.
Yes, there you have it. Byleth from Fire Emblem Three Houses is joining the battle.
No, but that's primarily
Fire
still a
Emblem
sword
Three
hero.
Houses was released just last summer, so
It's just like
still very
saying-
new. Even so, you'll soon be able to play as them in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This release is planned for January 28th.
Oh,
You'll have
that's
instant
only 11
access
days.
if you have the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass, and it will also be available for purchase individually. In case you're not familiar with Fire Emblem or Three Houses, I'll explain a few things, so don't worry.
Please tell me.
First off, what is Fire Emblem?
Please tell me what to skip so I don't get spoiled.
It's really hard to pronounce in Japanese. The producer said it's okay if I just say Fire Emblem. But when writing it, if you don't write Fire Emblem, the Fire Emblem police will come and get you, so please be careful. The series' first entry
Oh, okay.
launched in Japan on the Famicom in 1990. You could say it was a pioneer in the genre of tactical role-playing games. You might be wondering what makes it particularly tactical. Well, it's
The Fire Emblem
tactical
Police
in
is
that
real.
it simulates combat. You can think of it as moving pieces in a board game. Or in other words, a game in which you advance units across a grid.
If you say
in
someone's
battle.
name wrong, they're after you. Or you get a stat wrong, they're after you. Or
When
if
we
you
talk
say
about
Ranulph's better
tactical
than
games of that era,
that
there were
stupid
lots
Raven
of
guy,
ones in which you
they're
could
after
command
you.
tanks, aircrafts, and so on. But Fire Emblem was unique because each unit was a specific character, sort of like in role-playing games. Plus, something made it stand out from other Nintendo products. Characters could permanently die. That's pretty direct language though, so perhaps we should just say they're sleeping with the fishes. But really, if a character fell in battle, you'd lose that unit. They'd be gone and you couldn't use them again.
I wish that always stayed true. But yeah, in the
Recent
modern
entries in
times,
the
you
series
can't handle
maintain
it.
this concept of
They did that for the
permadeath
West,
to some
you know.
degree in classic mode and what have you. But a lot of games now allow strategic withdrawals, so to speak.
Yeah.
In the older games, your units would really be gone, never
Yeah.
to be mentioned again. Scary. The game's stories are told like chronicles of war, with increasingly distinct characters and engrossing scenarios. Several characters also appear in the Super Smash Bros. Series, and 6 of the 7 can use a counterattack. It's their down special. There's actually a reason for this. When I was considering how to incorporate Fire Emblem fighters into Super Smash Bros. Melee, I thought it might be interesting to reflect the turn-based nature of the original game. First comes your opponent's turn. They attack and you counter. Next comes your turn. And now, Fire Emblem Three Houses is the 17th game in the series.
I want to know if he actually picked Byleth. That's what I'm
People who
interested
aren't
in.
Japanese in particular
Because I
might
would
be
have,
thinking,
from all
17
interviews I've
games?
heard
There
from
are that
Sakurai,
many?
he's not happy how many
Well,
Fire
if
Emblem
you
characters
include
there
Fire
are. He
Emblem
doesn't
Heroes
actually
in
want
the
to put more
remakes,
in.
but you don't include the
So,
Satellaview game,
I wanna know
Tokyo
if he
Session
made this
Sharp
decision.
FE, and Fire Emblem Warriors, then it comes out to 17 games.
There's 17
Let's try
games
saying
now?
them in the Fire Emblem Can You Say It challenge. I'll give it a try.
Wait, did he actually remember this? You know, a lot of Fire Emblem fans can't even do this. Jesus. Shadow Dragon? Yeah. Wow, he... What?
There you go.
He
17.
counted... Oh my... What? I'm...
So you
I am
saw
very
how
impressed.
I was counting in a weird
How
way,
did he...
right?
I
I
didn't
was
think he would
counting in
remember it.
binary. This is 0. Fold this here and you get 1, and then you get 2, then 2 plus 1 equals 3. So this would be 4, 5, 6, 7, and
Though I
8.
wouldn't count Faye
And
as
then
a
you
Fire
get
Emblem
16.
game. It is a Fire
Add
Emblem
1
game,
and you
but
get
like
17.
not with the main series. That's kind of insulting
Awesome,
the main
isn't it?
series.
You can actually count up to 31 on one hand. And if you use both hands, you can count all the way up to 1023.
I love Sakurai.
If you've given up counting the knots in a tatami mat, you could always give it a go. What is Fire
I just
Emblem
got
Three
educated
Houses?
today on how to properly count.
In Japanese, the male
I
version of the
have been
main
counting the
character is
same
called
way
Gerudo,
since
and the female
kindergarten,
version is
but
called
because
Gerudo.
Sakurai
But in
is
English,
here,
they share the same
I have
name,
now learned
S.
how to properly count. With one
Byleth
hand
becomes
up
a
to
professor
31.
who ends up leading one of 3
I feel like this
academic
was a
houses.
very worthwhile trailer to
Once
watch.
you've chosen a house, you guide them through their school life, and, well, you end up fighting the other houses. After a certain incident, 5 years pass, and you meet up with your grown-up students to battle against the other houses in their regions. It's a very sad game in which your former allies become enemies, turn hostile, and try to kill you.
Nah, it's not sad. I already know I'm gonna back Edelgard,
To
and then
understand the
I'm not
concept
gonna give a
of
damn
Fire
about
Emblem
other
Three
students.
Houses, I played an early version of the game before its release.
What? He got to play it
I've
before
done
it's
the same
released?
thing before, with The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, for example.
I wonder if Sakurai... He
Because
must.
I couldn't wait
If you
until
have...
launch to experience it, or we'd have never made it in time.
Ah,
For that
so
title,
it was.
I borrowed an early version of the game for 2 days, ran around all the areas, saw the ending, and realized for the first time.
He beat it too.
I guess we can't really have Breath of the Wild's Princess Zelda as a fighter.
He made this decision then. Holy crap.
I did the same this time, but with there being 3 houses and multiple endings, it was really hard to get a feel for it. And of course, there weren't any walkthroughs I could reference.
Yeah, because he had the early copy. Sakurai's a real gamer then.
The
He
game
beat it in
has
2
multiple
days,
routes,
yeah,
and the
or
outcome
something
of each
crazy.
is very different. Your experience will vary depending on the route you choose, and many of the characters you meet will adopt different roles in the story. I'll try to avoid
I think he's a
spoilers
better
when I'm
gamer than
talking
I
about
am.
the fighter. I hope you'll
Breath of
understand.
the Wild is also super long, by the way.
Before my demonstration, I should point out that when I did the Terry Bogard showcase video, I mentioned that it was recorded a month in advance. But this time, we have to account for the holidays and such.
Yeah,
so we're
Sakurai had
filming
world
2 months
record
in
3
advance
houses
of this
worth it.
video's release. Right now, it's actually November.
What?
Therefore, some of what I'm about to show you might differ a bit from the finished version.
This entire video is just a mindfuck.
As always, I'm using a special in-game camera and such for demonstration purposes. Here I go.
Okay, Sakurai should be in all Smash Directs. This man is something really special.
So, this is our new
Everything
fighter,
he says is so interesting. This entire part has been mindfucked.
Byleth. Sadly, they're lacking in mobility. It's maybe a bit better than Robin's, but that's about all you can say for them.
Ew,
Throws
Robin's
are not
like
their strong
bottom
point either.
5.
Their grab lacks range. But actually, you could say that they're distance demon.
Oh, is this gonna be the Corn
The
archetype?
hero's relic they use changes depending on the direction you input with the stick. Each of the hero's relics is a weapon that appears
look
in
like
Fire
Smash
Emblem 3
attacks.
houses. They look like bones, and there's a reason for that. First, let's talk about the weapon Byleth uses for upward inputs, the Sword of the Creator. The Sword of the Creator here is Byleth's default weapon. They use it for flurry attacks and tilt attacks, such as down tilt attacks, where it takes the form of a whip.
It looks primarily sword to me, guys.
They also use the sword for dash attacks and other moves. For their up smash attack, they'll whip the sword upward to launch enemies
It's like
in the
that.
air.
It's the same thing. What
For
kind of
their
reminds me
up
of
air
Corn,
attack,
but Corn doesn't do that.
they'll wave the whip sword
Ooh.
overhead.
That's actually the
The
same.
hit detection for this attack lasts for a relatively long time.
Kind of reminds me
The
of how
up
Ike
special
used to
move
do
is
it.
really something.
That
The
is
sword
that's
extends like
long
this,
lasting.
allowing you to
That
do
reminds me
things
of
like
Joker.
this.
Yeah.
It was
a
pretty
variation like that.
terrifying how I knocked him into the air with that attack. And in addition,
What?
you can do awful things like this.
What? He made it back.
That said, you'll launch opponents upward until their damage reaches a certain percentage.
Ah. Wait, that was easy to access. That didn't take a lot of damage. And it's still working after 30.
Exceed that percentage and you'll
Wow.
need to be careful. You may find it helpful to mid-air dodge.
That is very good. And the fact that
I've
he
already
has a
shown this,
grapple,
but you can also
recovery?
use it to latch onto edges.
grapple
So
recoveries are
that's the
really,
up
really
special.
good. If,
Now,
as long
for
as it's
the
not
sideways
stuck to
inputs.
Z,
This is Erdfar,
It's-
the same
it's really
name
good.
as the weapon from Celtic mythology.
that's definitely a smash attack. It takes too
First,
long.
we'll go through the forward and back air attacks. As you can see,
Oh,
they have
back
a long
air.
reach. Like so. Marth's air attack keeps opponents in check too, right?
Yeah. And you can see how much faster Mars attack comes out. It's
If
frame
Byleth
6.
does the same thing, you'd win out, so you should be able
What?
to beat it. Next, the side smash attack.
Wait,
this also
what?
has a long range. It'll connect even from here.
How can his sword come out faster than Marth's? Marth's one of the fastest in the game.
Also, if you add an upward tilt,
Sakurai,
it will be
please, you're
stronger.
making him too good.
And if you've knocked an opponent down, the side attack won't hit unless you add a downward tilt to aim for them.
It is a smash attack.
By the way, the tip of the lance is more powerful. The shaft part is weaker, so it's not suited to close combat. It won't deal much damage, and it won't launch opponents far.
That makes sense.
That's why, as a rule, you want to hit with the blade part aimed upward,
This is like Corrin's
or downward
function.
in this case.
Corrin also has a tipper. So, yeah.
Next, the side special move. Byleth will simply swing the lance like this, but again, it has excellent reach. For example, even when your opponent is at this distance, it'll still hit.
Wow, that's great coverage. And it's pretty safe from
Actually,
that
you
distance.
can do a smash
Actually, no,
attack
they
to charge
jump
forward a little, like this. But as you'd expect, it can be easily shielded, so be careful.
Ah, but look at how high the spacing is. If you space it
Use it
correctly,
midair
I don't
and
know.
you
I
carve
don't
up
think
a
you can get
large
punished.
area.
That covers
Returning
a lot
to the
of
side
room.
air attacks from earlier, they have great horizontal reach, but they lack verticality. So this complements it well, although you'll be vulnerable when you land.
Oh, it puts you in a free fall.
Now, for the downward inputs. For these, Byleth will use an axe called Emir. It's named after a weapon that appears in Ugaritic myth. First, the down air attack. It really is strong.
19%.
You can try for a meteor effect with this attack.
That's a true meteor.
Next is the down smash attack.
Ah,
swing of the axe
I'm
back
not
and forth.
for that being a
As you
down
can
smash.
see, it has a great deal
The
of
down
launch
smash is
power.
usually your fastest smash attack on a lot of
And for
characters.
the
It's
down
not true for
special,
everybody, of course. But if you're going to
Byleth
use the
channels
axe
all
on
their
it, it's
energy
probably not that
into a
quick.
devastating strike. It's a bold move, similar to the Falcon Punch, but here's what makes it different. When readying the move, there's a super armor effect,
Oh, what?
which allows you to withstand an attack.
That is... Are you
Just
serious?
so you know,
Why would
if you
Byleth
execute
get
a
super
Falcon
armor?
Punch at about the same
He's
time,
not wearing armor. It can armor through a Falcon Punch?
It's a bit slower than the Falcon Punch, but due to the super armor effect,
You realize,
have the
guys, what
advantage.
this is for? This is for killing
Unless you
noobs
get
at ledges that are just can't help themselves but
Another
to ledge
notable
attack you.
aspect is that
So
it
you
lets
just
you pass through
pull this out.
platforms.
They ledge attack you, you armor through it, and then you're
While
dead.
you're charging up,
They're like
you
at the
can
end of the
breeze
screen.
past platforms like this to reach a lower
This
area.
is a noob killer.
It won't let you jump, but you could use it as a surprise attack. Also,
That
you
is
can turn
incredibly
around during
good.
the move.
And you can change
The
directions.
swing takes a while,
So
so if an opponent runs behind you during the move, you can quickly change direction.
wow. So that means in my example,
Even
if
though
they
it can be
dropped
hard
down
to land
and
a
then did
hit with
aerial
this
to get
move,
past you,
It can be really effective.
and
when
they
used
did
with
manage
a
to get
group
past
of
you, you could just turn
opponents.
around.
Plus, even if you fail to land a direct hit, any opponents on the ground nearby will still be launched a little.
What? At that
It's as if the
range, it's
Quake move
really
ground
hard to
launches
punish somebody. I'm not sure about the shield knockback.
By the way,
I did 8%.
earlier I talked a little
At
bit
that
about
range,
the
it's
other
really
Fire
hard to
Emblem
punish
characters'
somebody.
moves.
Because you have to
I
drop
don't
shield,
recommend
go
using
in
this
somehow.
down special
But if it hits your
against
shield,
fighters from the Fire
it's probably a
Emblem
ton of
series,
shield stun.
because you'll just get loads of counters. It
Wait,
hits
was
with
that
that
seriously a
much power
death
in a
at
single
36?
attack.
How
Counters
strong
can
is
actually
that?
multiply the power of blocked attacks, and using easily anticipated attacks like this could just get you hit by counter after counter. Next, we have the neutral moves. The bow you use is called Fail Not, which shares its name with the bow from the Knights of the Round Table.
Do you guys want to know something really
It only
stupid
appears
about
in a few
archers in this
neutral
game?
moves. You've got the neutral air attack.
Let me
This attack is similar
ask you
to a
this.
move of Pit's and
Samus
other
can
fighters like him.
can
It lets
charge
you spin the weapon around.
her cannon, right?
It's also easy to create certain combos with it.
And then she can stop charging her cannon.
And with the neutral special, you'll let loose an arrow.
In Smash, if you
seems pretty
fire your
straightforward,
arrow, and you start charging your arrow,
there are a few
you can't put
noteworthy
your arrow
aspects to
away.
this
You
bow.
have to fire it. You can't just go
First,
into shield like
the biggest
Samus can.
difference between
Please
this
tell
bow
me
and
you
Link's
fixed
is
that.
Once you enter the command, you can keep charging until it's ready.
No, please tell me you can
can't
shield
release it
while
partway
charging
through
an
the
arrow.
charge, so when it does fire, the arrow travels at high speed. It's also
I don't
very
care.
powerful.
I don't. Please
That
tell me
said,
you
can
finally
still cancel
realize
out of the
when
stance
someone's.
using the shield.
Oh, you can! Oh my god!
You can also change direction while in the stance. It works
That
up
was my
until this
biggest
point,
issue with
but
Link. You can't stop charging the
hold the
fucking
button.
arrow.
You'll unleash
That is so good. Because now you can start charging your arrow
powerful arrow
and
that
shield
looks like
as a
beam of
mind
light.
game.
You can perform this move by keeping the button
Just
held
watch
down.
them. Dudes, I was
You
telling
charge
you
up
that
power
because
like
it's so stupid that
Charge
they
a bit
wouldn't
more,
fix it for
and then
Link.
fire.
It's been so many games.
But
Link
again,
still
you'll
can't
need to take care
shield
when
while
using
charging
this move.
arrow.
For
get rid
once,
of the
when you've
charge.
powered up the move to its max, there's no way to cancel out of it.
Like this is
Not even with the
really
shield
impressive
button.
because you dash
In other
forward,
words, you're committed to
start
firing.
arrow charge, and they shield,
So you see,
cancel
a
arrow
situation
charge,
like
continue to
this
dash
is
forward.
Pretty terrible.
But that shouldn't happen to you anymore because you could just stop your charge.
Once you've entered the
If you
stand,
ever seen a Link go against this,
you won't be able to do anything.
oh, if you've reached a high charge
Which
point,
means
you can't.
it's quite the risky attack to use against fighters who have a move with a reflector effect.
That's
But
fine.
you
That's
could
fine.
always
As
just
long
aim
as they
into the
give you
frame,
any
as
option
it
to
is, after
cancel
all, a
from
long-range
there,
move,
that's a lot of time.
letting you deal a sudden blow to opponents. So you need to think carefully when using this projectile weapon. Byleth's final smash is called Progenitor God Ruptured Heaven. In the original game, there's a move called Ruptured Heaven. This is
No, I heard what you said. Okay, Sothis even sounds perfect in Japanese. I'm sorry, I
As
don't
you
care
can
about Final
see,
Smash.
you team up with
I'll
the
never see them.
mysterious Sothis and launch an attack together.
But that's the only way to see Sothis. Still a swordsman. Primarily a swordsman.
Now, let's talk about the color variations. It's set up so that the default and odd-numbered color variations are male, while the even
I would
numbered
say
ones
he's
are
probably
female.
like
However,
Robin.
the third, fourth, and
Technically,
fifth
Robin's
colors
supposed to use
are,
his
as
tome
you
a
can
lot,
see,
but if you see
reminiscent
like
to
whenever
the house
Robin's gonna
lines.
kill, it's always off the sword.
Those of you who played the original game
Wow,
will of
that's-
course understand what I'm referring to.
That mindfuck. What the
The
hell?
sixth color is based on Sothis.
Oh,
who you
that
just
is
saw
such a
earlier.
mindfuck. No, that's like no. Please
The
stay
seventh
lolly.
and eighth
Stay
variations
lolly.
have a different hair color, which is based on.
I'll
based on
just use
something
base
that occurs in
Byleth.
the course of the
Base
original
male
game
Byleth.
story.
I don't want to.
Didn't we see this variation in the final?
That
smash?
was. It's not 3/4 no
Next,
sword.
I'll
Most
introduce
of the
the
primary
stage.
attacks that you're going to be
For this
using
one,
are
we of
sword
course
shots.
tried to recreate the place where you spend most of the game, Garreg Mach Monastery. This is how Garreg Mach Monastery is laid out in the original game. From these, we chose to have it cycle through the marketplace, reception hall, bridge, and cathedral, all in one stage.
And this is why Sakurai said he went everywhere.
It's the type of stage that rotates through different areas, such as these four. Let me introduce each of the guests that appear in these four areas. The first area is the marketplace. I think this is where a lot of people come to do their shopping. The guests that appear here are students of the Blue Lion's house. Dimitri,
that's why he picked three
Dedu,
areas.
and Ingrid. Not Dimitri, Dudu, or Ingrid. Their names are a bit difficult to say. They're largely from the
I can say
Holy Kingdom
Dudu.
of Fargus.
Dudu's easy
Since
to
it's a
say. I've been
kingdom,
saying it
that
since I was a
means they
kid.
have a monarchy. For that reason, I guess you
But
could
wait,
say Dimitri's the
I
future
thought
king.
Blue Lions
He
was
had
the
quite
poorest of the
difficult life
houses.
and may or may not end up with just one eye. He's an
Why do they
unfortunate
get the
one, that one.
marketplace?
There are vendors on either side. In the original game, these are important booths where you buy all sorts of things, but
Oh shit!
here you can break them, you see.
Did you ever get upset at prices? This is what you could do.
The stage will expand to the left and right. I wonder where people will buy their supplies now. And in the background,
Oh, the
you can see
gatekeeper's
the
there.
gatekeeper.
I
You
bet the
often pass
gatekeeper
through this
after
area
watching the
and
fight will
fire
say
on
there's
the
nothing to
three
report.
houses, and you end up talking to him a lot. Moving through these areas is possible thanks to this mysterious platform. Just when it seems like you've come to a stop, you'll come crashing back down. We've broken through the ceiling and slammed into the building. And the guests in the reception hall are Edelgard, Dorothea, and Petra of the Black Eagles. Take note, it's not spelled Edelgard. They're from the Adrestian Empire. And as such, they embrace their military might.
Dorothea's being extra
Edelgard is
hoe.
one of the characters
That's
who's
fine.
central to
She's
the
a thought.
conflict. Depending on the path you take, she'll go through some terrible ordeals.
Yeah, I know. She will.
You'll notice
That's
there
why
are
I'll be there for
prominent
her.
chandeliers above the stage. It's possible to knock them down.
Ooh. This is totally not legal.
However, Byleth can't actually reach it, even though it's their stage.
Oh. Oh, so
you can
on
reach it with other
respawn.
fighters, though.
Some fighters. Okay.
So,
It's on
it's nice
respawn.
if you can work your way up there by getting lucky and being launched up, or perhaps by using another fighter as a stepping stone. There we go. I made it.
Oh.
And you can knock it down.
You can just camp up there
Also, you can break this table,
in casual games.
like so.
Jesus Christ. Sakurai's got an
Just like the
obsession with
sign that
breaking
reads
things.
Fudin Kazan in
I
the
think he was
Suzaku
really
Castle
upset
stage.
during his
It
Three
can
Houses
break if you
playthrough.
launch the opponent into it at close range. Next up, the bridge.
Next he's
The
gonna
camera
tell me he can
rotates
accidentally
90
kill the
degrees,
students.
creating this long area. It's very wide indeed.
Well, what can you break here, Sakurai? Oh, the flagpole?
It's similar to the bridge of Elden Stage. The guests are from the Golden Deer, Claude, Hilda, and Lawrence. They belong to the Leicester Alliance.
What? Why'd you pick Lorenz? Okay. I
Because
understand
it's an
Hilda, of
alliance
course.
of many noble families. You could say that they have a wide assortment of members. And Claude is the sharpest of the bunch.
It would have been nice to see Claude as
Incidentally,
the
both
hero.
Claude and Hilda are the names of characters that appear in Genealogy of the Holy War, the 4th title in the Fire Emblem series. I guess
Really?
once you've reached the 17th game and are creating 40 characters for each new entry, you're bound to get a bit of name overlap. The naming process
How does he
must
know
be
that?
tough. Hey, it looks like the Pegasus Knight is busy training.
Sakurai, you
As for the bridge's design,
you amaze me
it's
with how
just a long
sharp you are.
pathway, plain and simple.
I'm pretty sure he's an
You can
actual
expect
Fire
plenty
Emblem
of
fan.
blows to be exchanged
A
at the
bigger
bridge's
Fire
entry.
fan than me.
You could also say it's a place
feels
where the
weird.
fail knot really shines, and in this sense, I think it suits the Golden Deer perfectly.
None of these stages are legal, so I don't really care that much.
The last area is
Oh!
the cathedral, only with some platforms you can pass through. The guests appearing in the cathedral are Sothis, Flayn, and Rhea. There's Sothis, who appears to have an extremely strong bond with his sister, Flayn. She seems to be under the protection of him and Rhea, who you can see fighting during the opening of Fire
Flayn's
Emblem
a
Three
top tier
Houses.
lolly in
All
general.
three have character quirks
Super
related to
cute.
their true identities.
Oh shit! Shut up! I don't want to hear.
I feel that Flayn might
Nope.
be saying shush
Duh.
at this point, so I'll leave it at that.
Okay, thank you, Flame.
This is a simple area of the stage. All it has are these platforms. Being the last area, it may be a place where some intense battles will be waged. It'll cycle through each location in about 2.5 minutes. Okay, today we'll have a tag team battle in Squad Strike with the DLC team pitted against Fire Emblem protagonists from throughout the ages.
The DLC
That'll
team
give us
should win
precisely
free.
5 players per side.
The DLC team is filled
All
with
right, here we go, Joker.
top tiers.
Joker!
What?
And Hero!
What?
Gee, we really made a lot, huh? Banjo! By now, I think you know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I know what you're doing.
But basically, I'm trying to defeat all 5 opponents with just the professor here.
Okay.
But as
What? Why are
expected,
items
it's going
on?
to be a
You
pretty
stop
tough
being
battle,
casual.
So I'm using anything I can get my hands on. It's not going to land that easily. Uh-oh, this is bad.
Oh.
Mannequins.
He should have canceled the jab earlier to get out of the way.
I better keep my distance.
Sakurai rolls too much.
I'll use this chance to attack. Got it.
Oh my. What? That was a kill at 80.
That's scary.
But then
He's
I don't know the
invincible for a
stage
moment here.
limits or boundaries here, so.
Lots of explosives. Ouch.
He's not doing any of the aerials, which I suspect will be most of
Perfect
his
shield of that,
attacks. That fair
Good
looks
one.
really good on landing. But it looks really bad on like air-to-air
Like this,
interceptions.
Like this, or like so. No anti-air, huh? There, the soccer ball connected.
That's a really, really good nair. You want nairs like that. It's like
Good.
Palatin's
There's Mom.
nair.
You're in a good spot, Mom. Ah, I shouldn't have taken that. Gardevoir. Well, I guess no one uses projectiles. At this point, it doesn't matter if Gardevoir's there or not.
Did he just triple dash it?
I feel like the enemy might get this smash ball.
Oh
See?
shit.
They got it.
Marth! End his dreams!
But I mustn't give up.
What? What?
I can't waste the chance.
That was like a 80% shield?
There's another
That
smash
he
ball.
dare broke.
Yes, got it.
Are you in? What?
Now.
That is crazy
What
strong.
are you charging up for?
That was like an 80% shield. Marth hardly shielded.
There's still more. Whack.
Is he
Go
gonna
on,
take the
you can
hammer?
take the hammer. But
Are
it's
you
fine.
kidding me?
Although I'm scared I might get hit with a counter in this state.
What?
I hit him. I was trying to fight using Byleth's abilities alone, but what matters is that I won. Good game. It can be fun to play
So
like
if I'm
this,
gonna
especially
see
in tag team. So I
how
think it's a good
Byleth
idea to
plays,
try
because he's
imposing
low
different types of
mobility
challenges on yourself.
and low aerial
The
speed,
end.
I could easily tell that. He might want to stay off the ground, or sorry, he might want to like stay on
Now,
the ground
about the
to try and
additional music.
maximize his overall speed. But
Since
he
it's
moves
from
really
the Fire
badly.
Emblem series, we'll be
And
adding
he probably
each
would
of the new
want
tracks
to
to
have
all
his
the Fire
Fire
Emblem stages.
approach.
There are already a lot of Fire Emblem tracks in the game. Our selection this time has been made taking those existing tracks into consideration. 11 songs are being added.
Ooh.
This includes an arrangement of the main theme in both Japanese and English. I hope you'll enjoy these as well. We're also adding in a new spirit board. It includes the house leaders among some of the other popular characters.
Wow.
Sothis is
It's
legend.
legend. Yeah.
Also, there's a new classic mode route, a heroic legacy, which is designed to let you enjoy classic Fire Emblem stages from throughout the series' history. The final battle is against Master Hand and Crazy Hand, but you'll find that something pretty amusing happens, so look forward to that.
You know, I still haven't played
Now for the Mii Fighter costume.
anything but
Please take a look.
multiplayer in Smash at all. I haven't done what was it called? I don't even know what it's called because I haven't done it. What, Altair? I haven't done World of Light. Yeah, I haven't done it. I guess Nintendo and Ubisoft have a pretty decent relationship. For Rabbids, this is all Ubisoft, isn't it? I swear the people who made Rabbids are perpetually high. Ooh, Mega Man! Oh god, that is disturbing. That is disturbing. Okay, this one looks more like a real thing. Cuphead? I didn't see this coming at all. Cuphead's an indie game, isn't it? Like, it was made by like a small team with no budget, and they like hand through everything. Like, it was Cuphead's development is like legendary, but they actually made it into Smash. That's crazy. Wow, I'm really happy for people I'm really happy for the Cuphead team. That's like making it into Smash is like a huge validation.
This time, we're releasing a Cuphead costume.
No, I didn't try Cuphead.
And for
I've
those
watched
of
my
you
friends
who
play
purchased the
it.
Cuphead
Never
costume,
really interested in it.
an additional song will be added. It's called Floral Fury, and it's the theme that plays when fighting Cagney Carnation. I hope you enjoy these as well. After purchasing a costume, I recommend using the sharing feature. If someone has created a Mii Fighter, you can play using the costume it's wearing immediately after you download it. And now, onto the Amiibo.
Oh,
The color palette for Dark Samus looks pretty good, doesn't it? Dark Samus and Richter are planned for release on Friday, January 17th.
I'm glad they finally moved to these like transparent stands. I still remember when I got Link and he had a piss stick.
And now, with the
It was
addition
just
of
like a
Byleth,
square
the
of
Fighter's
piss holding
Pass
him up.
is finally complete.
I've always
The
hated
lineup
that.
was Joker, Hero, Banjo and Kazooie, Terry Bogard, and Byleth.
I already have the Fighter Pass.
From more than 70 fighters, only 5 have been added. But I must say, this game has always been an exceptional experience. And since the roster was already so large to begin with, right from the start, we intended to make the most out of the new gameplay mechanics and so on.
please update some of the characters.
There really were a lot of new mechanics, weren't there? When we add a new fighter,
the
we
DLC
don't
characters,
simply make their attacks
they're
or
almost
their
all
movements a little
universally
different.
at least
Instead,
B
we
tier.
try
They're all
to
so
offer
good.
you a whole new style of play.
Piranha Plant, if you want to count it as like a DLC character, that's the worst one. Everybody else is incredibly good.
As I stated, we'll continue to release more DLC fighters down the line. I had thought that 1 or 2 might suffice, but, well, have a look.
Dude, you could make as much DLC as you want. It prints money. Yeah, more DLC. It prints money. What? Wait, what? Six?
Looks like there will be one more fighter than last time. For this reason, we will be releasing the Super Smash Bros. Ultimate Fighters Pass Volume 2. It will be available for pre-purchase on the date shown, so please keep an eye out. And now
I'll
that
buy
it's
it.
official, we intend to move ahead with development. Of course, like last time, the contents will remain unknown for now, and I'm personally very sorry that we have to release Fighters Pass Volume 2 when the details have yet to be revealed. Like last time, I'd be very grateful if, despite that, you would understand why and purchase it. Furthermore, the new additions have already been decided.
It's
Even
been
if I received
decided.
many requests regarding potential candidates on Twitter, I'm afraid it would be very hard to consider them. But I still hope you'll look forward to it.
See, I understand.
We're also
especially
including
as
a bonus with Fighters
player,
Pass Volume 2.
how much time
Last
it
time,
takes.
it was a Rex costume. But this time, here's what we have.
What's the bonus? Oh! Oh God! Please don't turn around.
It's a Mii Fighter costume for Mii Sword Fighter, the ancient soldier gear from The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. This will not be for sale individually, so it can only be acquired as part of Fighters Pass Volume 2. It's been reported that Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is the highest-selling fighting game in the world.
No, stop! Don't call it. Fighting.
Personally, I
It's
don't know
not.
if it counts as simply a fighting game, but I
It's
guess
not.
it's seen as a fighting game around the world.
Sakurai doesn't think of it as it either.
Seems like Street Fighter 2 was in the lead for a while, but now Super Smash Bros. Ultimate has surpassed it in total sales. However, I'm not sure if this is accurate. There were 5 versions of Street Fighter 2, or 6
Yeah.
to 7 if we really want to get into the weeds. Plus,
Yeah,
there's the
the,
arcade versions and the
and the
25
pirated
ports to
versions.
other systems, so I don't know if that's been accounted for.
Yeah.
Also, I don't know if that really qualifies as one game. It's up for discussion. So, who knows? But when it comes to a single piece of software, it seems like Super Smash Bros. Ultimate is number 1. Although, I still don't know if it can really be called just a fighting game. I feel like it's become more than a fighting game, some sort of celebration of gaming or something else entirely. Also, I feel a deep attachment to the 5 DLC fighters. The first Fighters Pass just wrapped up, but it was decided that there will be more DLC, which means no breaks for me. I plan to keep working hard, so I hope you can continue to support us. That's it. Thank you.
All right, that was pretty cool.